Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to House of Hell. Now, before we continue our adventure here, guys, and press the button to, I guess, what would be a secret passage behind the fireplace, gotta let you all know what's going on here. I received a private message here on the YouTubes from someone who apparently had played the original game on pen and paper, and he told me that when we opened the closet and found the corpse and got, I think, like 4 fear added to our score, that was pretty much a game over. They told me that there's a few rooms like that spread around the house, and those are essentially rooms designed to do nothing more than to screw you out of winning the game. Even with my high fear score, he said, by the time, and apparently I'm going to be gathering more fear points over the course of this, but by the end of it, I wouldn't have enough fear points to actually get out of the house alive, so it would be a game over. Now, I don't really like spoilers like that often, but I do appreciate the life-saving gesture. So I went back and avoided that room that had the corpse in it, and I did everything else the exact same way. Went through all the exact same steps, fought the hounds and all that. So here's how we're looking. We've got 16 out of 19 stamina. We've only got 4 out of 13 fear. And everything else is about the same, so I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to go from here. So you step back up to the fireplace and examine the secret button again. Let's press the secret button and see what happens. You press the button and hear a small click. Then you hear another sound and you swing round to face the corner shelf. Behind this shelf, a sliding panel is opened in the wall. You walk over to investigate and bend down to look at the opening. Too late, you realize that the panel has revealed not a tunnel at all, but a false opening. The wall behind is solid, but it served its purpose. You've been lured into a trap. You're standing on a trap door which opens beneath you and falls downwards. Ooh, maybe this was the wrong course of action here. Spine Chiller, collect 10 fear points. Yes, indeed. Down you fall for several meters until you finally land in a heap on something soft. Add 1 fear point for the fright. Now, test your luck. Okay. Is that good? Yes, low is good on luck rolls. You are unhurt. Huzzah. You pick yourself up and verify there's no serious damage. You've landed on a mound of earth and hay. You realize that you're in a cellar underneath the house. The room is fairly small with 1 door. Outside, you can hear a shuffling noise coming closer. Will you spring behind the door to surprise whatever is approaching, or quickly search the room for a weapon in case you need to defend yourself? Well, I have the sharp knife, but I'll tell you what, springing behind the door to surprise whatever's approaching has served us well in the past. It probably won't in this case, since we are down in the deep underneath the house, but let's see if this works. The door slowly opens and you hold yourself close to the wall. The man who enters is short and stocky and appears to be bent double. He's not armed. He peers into the room and scratches his head. Evidently, he's heard something and is perplexed at finding nothing in the room. Is this the hunchback that we met earlier? Let's see. Let's step forward and announce ourselves. And if that doesn't work, we will keep hidden. Get our Metal Gear on. You cough lightly and step forward. The man turns towards you and jumps back, startled. You apologize for frightening him and explain your situation. He eyes you suspiciously and calms down, saying, Of course I'll help you. Follow me. I don't know if this is a hunchback or not, so I don't know what voice to do. As he turns and walks through the door, you can see that he is not bent over double, but has a hunched back, and you follow him from the room. Is this the same hunchback, or like the brother? As you leave, the hunchback limps along, muttering to himself, I wish the master's friends would not drop in on me like that, he mumbles, giving me such a fright and all, especially on a night like tonight. He leads you along until he reaches a door on the left. Keep on going until you reach a staircase, then go up into the house. I've got work to do down here. Do you recognize the hunchback? Have you met him before? Ah, so it is the same one. Yes. Well, we have some other options here. Let's bookmark. Sure. Yes, I have met this one before. You recognize the hunchback as the man who brought you a drink upstairs. Will you jog his memory by turning to 198, or would you rather have your revenge and attack him? No, let's jog his memory. We have no idea where we are in relation to the house. So that could be potentially fruitful. The dull-witted hunchback seems to vaguely remember your face. You start to chat to him and find that he is quite flattered that someone wants to talk to him. He tells you that his name is Sheko, and he lives in the cellars beneath the house. Do we wish to ask him about the secrets of his cellars? If you have any brandy with you, you may pull it out and offer him a drink. Let's offer him a drink. We have some brandy. Hick, Esmeralda, get a hunchback drunk. Indeed. His eyes light up at the sight of the brandy. You pour a little into the cap of the hip flask and pass it to him. He gulps it down and licks his lips. After 2 more capfuls, he's definitely slurring his speech. Oh, a lightweight. You tell him that you've heard of secret passages in the cellar and that you would be very interested in being shown by someone as knowledgeable as he is. Your flattery, and the brandy, have their desired effect. Proudly he tells you about his cellars, much more than he should. Of course, not everyone can get around these cellars, he boasts. You've got to know the password to get through some of the secret doors, and the master keeps changing the password to protect his secrets. In fact, only yesterday he changed the password from, Pravemi to... Oh, what was it now? It's on the tip of my tongue. I should remember it because it's like the name of the house, but mixed up. My mind's mixed up. It must be you and your brandy. He steps back, realizing he's said enough. You try asking him more, but he'll not speak. Instead, he turns toward the door in the left-hand wall and leaves you, pointing down the passageway and mumbling something about upstairs. Alright. Let's go ahead and save. Follow the passageway 393, or if you want to look around, 166. We don't want to upset the hunchback, so let's not follow around. If he wants us to go, let's go. We'll follow the passageway. The passageway widens into a small chamber. Although it's dark, you can see a staircase going up a few meters ahead of you. To your right, the chamber opens into a wide area. You step forwards, and almost immediately, a twittering noise puts you on your guard. Suddenly, you feel something land on your head and dig sharp claws into your scalp. You gasp and swat it away. Your hand touches a small, leathery body, and a pair of wings start to flap as it rises from your head. Bats. A number of them are flapping around your head, darting and scratching with their claws. You gain 1 fear point for the shock. Ew. Alright. Let's run up the stairs, turn to 370, hide under the stairs, 320, fight the bats, 343. I don't want to run up the stairs. We're going to be right back where we were. Fight the bats. All I have is a knife. I have a sharp knife and a short knife. Let's hide under the stairs and get our Harry Potter on and see if that works. You shelter under the stairs and fend off the bats with your hands. They soon discover that they cannot get at you while you're tucked away, and they flap off back to the corner from which they came. When all is quiet again, you may decide your next move. Fair enough. Well, you head up the stairs and open the door at the top. Perhaps you want to remain to explore the bat's chamber? Or do you have some knowledge that would be useful right now that was given to you by an old woman? Oh. Yes, I do have some knowledge given by an old woman. If you wish to look for secret doors, turn to 276. Otherwise, return to the last reference and choose again. Yes, I will go for secret doors for 200, Bob. You feel around the wall, wrapping the brick with your knuckles. Your heart leaps as you find a hollow area. You trace it with your fingers, and the area is roughly the shape of a small door. Do you wish to look for a catch which will open the door, or will you try a password? Is this the door with the password? Let's try the password first, and then we'll look for a catch if the password doesn't work. Hopefully a password won't kill us. You stand back from the secret door and say a password. Which word will you choose? Okay, we know Pravemi is not the right one. goat head, murder, or Chris, which is a really cool kind of knife. Did we have any information? Telephone line? Secret room? Password? Okay, here we go. Password changed from Prevemi. Password unlikely to be Goathead. Password is the name of the house mixed up. The one in gray is Asmodeus, strange marks on her neck. Lord Kelnor is the Earl of Drummer. Wait, Drummer. Oh, it's Red Rum! It's right out of The Shining, it's murder. Yeah, D-R-U-M-E-R. Yeah, it's murder. Let's bookmark again just to be safe. The rock creaks and dust rises as the wall starts to move. A crack appears in the brickwork and slowly a secret door opens. Huzzah! But to your surprise, the door opens onto one side of the hollow area you found. Perhaps this is merely a decoy. Moments later, the door is opened wide enough to let you see inside. So there was a false secret passageway that probably would have led to my death. Well, you see a small chamber with a table standing in the center, and on the table is a box. Sure, why not? Let's try and open the box. Lord knows it worked for Belloc and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Priest hole. Find the secret room. Awesome. You step into the small room. Glancing around to make sure you're safe, you walk up to the table. The rest of the room is bare, except for the table and the box which rests on it. Could this be the one you're looking for? It's a handsome rectangular box made of wood with brass fastenings. Looks like a case for a pair of dueling pistols. You undo the catch and flip back the lid. Oh, we're not dead. Your eyes light up as the lid falls back. The box is lined with red velvet, and there in the middle is a pearl-handled dagger. Its silver blade is wavy, but it's finely polished and razor-sharp. An inscription in the wooden top reads, "The Chris Knife." That is awesome. Real quick, guys, my grandfather used to travel around the world. He worked for the State Department, and one of the possessions that I got after he passed away, he had a Chris knife. I think it's called a Chris or a Chris knife from India that had a pearl handle and a silver blade, so that is awesome. A blade fashioned for the glorification and pleasure of the demons of hellfire, our true masters, to be used only by initiates, never to be wielded in the presence of the masters. It's an initiate's blade. Okay. A sense of awe fills you as you pick up the knife. You turn it over tenderly in your hands and then place it in your pocket. For this find, you gain 3 luck points. Now you must decide what to do next. So this is going for more Lovecraftian into your typical demon-worshipping kind of vibe. Will you leave the way you entered and climb the stairs to the ground floor, or will you search the room thoroughly first? Let's go ahead and search the room thoroughly. You rummage through the box, but there's nothing else inside. The walls all feel solid except for the one on the left-hand side, adjacent to the secret entrance. You feel around and locate another secret door, but you cannot feel a catch. Perhaps the same password opens it. You try this, and the door starts to open slowly, revealing another room. You stare into this other room. It's almost an exact replica of the one in which you are standing. It's completely bare except for a table with a box resting on it. Fascinating. Do you wish to step into this other room, or do you wish to leave it and return through the original door to go upstairs? You know what? I think that's probably a trap. We're going to go ahead and bookmark this, and we're going to head back upstairs. You open the door at the top of the stairs, and facing you is a door, and to your right the hallway ends in another door. Left into the main hallway, door opposite, or door to your right. Let's just go ahead and go down the line here. We'll go to the door opposite, and if that fails horribly, we'll just come back here and use this. We're on page 293. The room you enter is a reception room. A table and 6 chairs stand in the center of the room. At one end is an enormous mural of a country scene, perhaps painted of the area many years ago. On the opposite wall, stretching from the floor to the ceiling, is a full-length mirror. Velvet curtains line the wall opposite the door. You walk over to admire the painting, then turn to face the mirror. A shock is in store. Your eyes widen as you turn towards the mirror and stare into it. It casts no reflection of you. You gain 1 fear point. Have we become a vampire, or... Let me look at our fear points here. Ew, we are 7 out of 13, guys. I hope we don't get many more. They were not kidding. They were not kidding about getting a lot of fear points here. Of course, I may be going the wrong path here. You walk closer to the mirror, but still no reflection appears, although you can see the table and the wall behind you clearly. This actually might be the room that we saw before, the mirror image of the room with the blade in it. You walk right up to it and feel its surface. Your hand passes right through the glass. Pulling it back quickly, you consider the situation. Will you leave this room? Will you step through the mirror? Or investigate the room further? Let's go ahead and investigate the room further. All roads seem to lead to that other room. The underside of the table forms a closed box, and this arouses your suspicions. You knock on it. It's hollow. Perhaps it's a secret compartment. You feel around underneath, and sure enough, your fingers find a small catch which releases a hidden drawer. Inside this drawer is a leather box. But wait, what is that noise? You can hear footsteps outside the door, and you'll have to hide quickly. Leave it behind and close the drawer, turn to 100, grab the case, and take it with you. Sure, I like new things. Let's grab the case and take it with us. Where will you hide? Will you nip behind the curtains, or will you quickly dive through the mirror? As I said, all roads seem to lead to here, so let's dive into the mirror room. You grab the box and walk up to the mirror. You put your hand through again and pull it back. It seems safe enough. You step through, just in the nick of time. As you disappear into the mirror, you hear the door open behind you, and you find you're in a small room behind the mirror. You decide to open the leather box. Inside is a golden key, which you now put in your pocket. Ooh, wonder what the golden key opens. Behind the mirror is a small chamber, just large enough for you to turn around. There are 2 doors in the chamber. Do we want to try the left-handed door, the right-handed door, or step back through the mirror? Well, now we have a choice here between left and right. And I know to avoid left-handed doors. Let me go ahead and roll my d20 like I did in the last episode. I'm going to say evens the left-handed door, odds the right-handed. And I rolled a 7, so right-hand door it is. The door is locked. Do you have a golden key? That's handy. Yes, I do. The golden key fits the lock and turns. The door opens to let you into another small room. The dust and cobwebs suggest that this room is very rarely used, and it certainly looks fairly uninteresting. But in the thick of dust on the floor, you notice one footprint, then another. Someone has been in here recently. Oh, thank God, I thought that was going to be another one of those invisible men. The footprints lead toward the right-hand wall, around the door. Behind a loose stone in the wall, you find what it is that this visitor came to hide. A large cast-iron key. You pick it up and examine it. It's heavy and fairly crudely made and has the number 27 cast into it. You put this in your pocket. Nothing else of interest seems to be in the room, but gain 2 luck points for this find. So this other key is important. Now you must leave the chamber. Do you wish to try the other door or step back through the mirror? Let's go ahead and head left and see what happens. The door opens into a dark landing. A flight of stairs arrive as this landing and continues downward. Let's go ahead and follow the stairs down. Narrow hallway splits and offers you 2 ways down. Left-hand stairs or right-hand stairs. Let's try right-hand stairs? You follow the stairs downward. Running across the bottom is a passageway. You turn right and follow it until you reach a dead end with 2 doors facing each other on the opposite side of the wall. Man, this place is a maze. We try the... Yeah, let's go ahead and try the door on the left. Why not? The door has a bolt on the outside. You undo the bolt and open the door, peering cautiously into the room. The walls are bare and it's sparsely furnished with only a table and chair. Sitting in a corner asleep is a man in a white gown. As you open the door, he wakes up with a start. "Oh, hello," he says. "I suppose you've come for me, have you?" Is this another sacrifice? Let's say no. "Is that so?" he asks. "Then why are you here?" Oh, I'm going to go with my instincts here and tell him that we're an outsider. We have a choice between telling him we're an outsider or a servant. "I don't believe it," he exclaims. "Have my prayers been answered? Can I join you? Please, you must allow me to come with you. I can be of great help to you." You tell him he's certainly welcome to help in your escape and ask him how he came to be in this hidden area. "Do you know about the sacrifices?" he asks. "Well, I'm to be saved for the next ceremony. I was part of the Master's coven, but my conscience will no longer allow me to live with the evil it entails. But the coven cannot allow defectors. I was sentenced to death. Death by sacrifice. Together we must destroy Kelnor, the Master. I know how it can be done. Kelnor can only be killed with the Chris dagger, which is hidden somewhere in the house, and he must be summoned in a red room. Let's agree to rid the world of this human monster and his evil sect." Well, that's fortunate, because we have said dagger. You'd be foolish to refuse the help and agree, and you gain 1 luck point for this information. We have a lot of luck. Yeah, we got 15 luck points, guys. A noise outside cuts the conversation short. Someone is coming. The door burst open. 2 white-robed men enter. At least, you presume they're men, but their faces are hidden behind masks made of goats' heads. They carry knives and leap forward to attack. One attacks you and the other attacks your comrade. Let's do this. Skill 8. We are infinitely more skilled. And we are fighting flat-out devil worshippers. Alright. Well, we seem to be beating the crap out of said devil worshipper. And that was a tie. I didn't know whether to slam the table or not. I think that one hit. There we go. If you defeat him, turn to 178. You immediately turn to aid your comrade, but are too late. A thrust from the devil worshipper's knife pierces his chest. You slam your fist into the back of the man's neck and he slumps to the floor, but you've lost your ally and must leave without him. Oh, that sucks. I thought I was going to have a Bob with me. You head back down the corridor until you reach the stairs again. The passageway runs past the stairs and you decide to continue this way. A little further along, you come to a small flight of stairs, but the passageway is so dark that you do not notice them in time. You tumble down and land in a heap at the bottom and lose 1 stamina. That's okay, I'm still alive. Find your way into a sacrificial ceremony, Temple of Doom. Ugh. You nurse your bruises and look around. All is pitch black apart from a point of light coming from the end of a long tunnel. You walk down the tunnel cautiously and your pace slows even further when you hear the sound of voices in the distance. Human voices are chanting in a long, monotonous tone, or drone. Soon you're able to see what's happening. A group of people, perhaps 40 of them, are gathered around a large fire. On the far side of the fire is an altar, and stretched out on the altar is a young woman. She's bound hand and foot. You can't make out the faces of the onlookers as they're still wearing goat head masks. In the center, standing over the altar, is a tall man dressed in robes, whose goat mask has been dyed purple. He holds in his hands a sharp dagger and is preparing to sacrifice his young victim. How... okay. Do we wish to watch the proceedings? Find a way out? Let's rescue the young woman. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? You leap into the center of the ceremony with a loud war cry. The young woman looks up at you hopefully. Your daring rescue is commendable for its bravery, but unbelievingly stupid. For how can you hope to stand your ground against 40 opponents? They surround you, grab you, and the priest cuts your throat with his knife. You deserve to die. Hey. Not that bad. Well, let's head back here, shall we? Do we wish to try and find a way? I guess we have to leave her to her... I don't want to watch the proceedings. I don't want anything really nasty to be summoned. Let's try and find a way out. You look around the chamber. Another passageway leads from the chamber. If you choose your moment carefully, you may be able to reach it without being noticed. Let's move quietly along the wall. As you creep along the wall, someone in the group cries out. You've been spotted. All eyes turn towards you, and the unholy gathering advances to surround you, and you're trapped. Oh, we're about to fight our... Yeah, we're going to die again, aren't we? Yep. Well, hopefully we have not reached a dead end here, guys. Let's, wish to try and find a way out. Now let's watch the proceedings. The pitch increases as the onlookers join hands and circle the altar. The priest raises his knife into the air and lets out a frenzied scream as he brings it down. You force yourself to look away, and suddenly, you notice another passageway leading off from the room. You look back at the gathering. They're all busy with the sacrifice, smearing the unfortunate victim's blood over themselves. You seize your opportunity and run for the passage. Well, fortunately, we have plenty of luck. You tiptoe quietly along the wall towards the other passageway. Keeping your eyes on the ceremony to make sure you're not noticed, you edge along until you reach the passage and nip smartly along it. You've escaped. At the end of the passage is a door which is unlocked, and you open it. I'm surprised I didn't get any fear points for that. The door opens into a small room which is pitch black. There seems to be no exit from the room, but you feel around the walls. Eventually your hand touches a small button in one corner and you press this. A panel in front of you slides aside and lets you into the passageway. There are two doors opposite each other, one on the left and one on the right, and there's no other way through. Let's try the left door. The door is not locked, but the shufflings and yelpings that you can hear inside suggest that you ought to proceed with caution. Ew. Let's examine the passageway again. There seems to be no other way out of the passage. Even the panel through which you entered is now closed up. A bell push is set in the wall, and hoping this reveals some way out, you push it. The bell push does not open a hidden panel, nor reveal any other means of escape. As you touch it, a loud bell starts ringing throughout the house. You bury your head in your hands, and in a few moments you'll be captured by the evil Earl of Drummer, his devil worshippers, and servants. And this time you will not escape. Well, that's just lovely. Let's try it. Oh, did I hadn't bookmarked. Yes, I had. Okay. Try the door on the right. Who's that? Ask a voice from behind the door. The door is unlocked, so you could walk in, but perhaps you don't want to be discovered just yet. Will you open the door and take a chance with whoever is in the room? Turn to 71. Ew. You open the door and cast your eyes over the room inside. The floor is dusty and the rocky walls are bare. A rough wooden table and chair are placed along one wall. Sitting at the table is a worried-looking man wearing a white robe. A goat's head mask lies on the table. "Hello," he says nervously. "All hail the master. I'm ready to repent. How is the ceremony progressing? Is it my turn yet?" Then he leans forward and whispers to you. "I'm not a poor man. Help me escape from this house and you'll be generously rewarded." Oh, we have a Bob. So, if we tell him the truth or remain emotionless, if we tell him the truth, if he's wanting to... he's probably going to sell us out, isn't he? Let's try. You tell him who you are and that you wish to escape from the house too, preferably destroying the Earl of Drummer's cult of terror on the way. The man begins to get quite excited. "My name is Rafferty," he says. "I've seen enough of the evil in this place and wish to wash it out of my life forever. Perhaps we can escape together. There's a secret trap door in the ceiling of this corner of the room. You'll be so kind as to bend over, I'll climb on your back, and when I'm through, I can haul you up." Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. He's gonna swerve me. I can almost guarantee it. But we're going to find out in the next episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. A lot of false turns here, but we do have some cool items that we just need to find the place with this cast iron key. But if you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.